Yo, Hollywood! Stop remaking old movies! Start making original movies! I've been waiting for this one. Now, I don't know how many times I have heard somebody say that crap. Hollywood's running out of ideas. They're nothing but remakes of old 80s classics or old 70s classics or old 60 classics, old 90 classics. Whatever the case may be. Oh, and let's not forget my personal favorite. They're ruining my childhood! First off, your childhood is ruined once you grow up. Second, they don't ruin your childhood. Your childhood is always exist. You know how? In your little memory. But Hollywood, believe it or not, there are more original movies than they are of remakes, reboots, sequels. Don't believe me? Let's look at last year, 2016. Nice Guys, Don't Breathe, Moana, Zootopia, Kubo and the Two Strings, Manchester by the Sea, Sing Street, Swiss Army Man. Have you ever heard of them? No. And I'll get into why a little later. Now let's look at this year. It can't be that or many original movies on only half a year, right? Get Out, A Cure for Wellness, Dunkirk, Baby Driver, which is out right now, is getting tremendous reviews. Once again, that one's Baby Driver. Life, The Snowman. Now I'll just stop right there, because I'm not going to spend an hour naming all the original movies that come out every year. If you want to know, go look it up on Google. Go look it up on IMDb. Go look it up on whatever, Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, what other websites or apps or whatever else is out there. Go look it up. There are so many original movies coming out every single year. It may seem like there's nothing except for remakes or sequels or superhero movies or Star Wars or some other kind of big franchise movie. It may seem that way. That's not Hollywood's fault. Everyone who thinks that Hollywood is running out of ideas, it's your fault. And I know that probably cut some of y'all out right now. Don't believe me? Stop what you're writing. Stop writing those expletives at me, calling me an idiot, and telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Do this. Use your imagination. Imagine that you're at a theater. And in one room, there's an original movie where you don't know who any of the actors are. You've never heard of any of the names. You've never even seen their faces before. You don't know who the director is. You don't know what the title... Yeah, let's go there. You don't know what the title of the movie is. You don't know what the story is. You literally know nothing. Not one tiny little detail about that original movie. Or in the other room, there's a Star Wars or a Star Trek or a Marvel or a DC or a Disney movie or some remake that a movie that you saw when you were a kid. Some big blockbuster movie in the other room. Which one do you go to? Do you go to the original where you literally know nothing about it? You could be walking into a porno or a horror movie or some other genre that you may not like. Or do you go into the big blockbuster movie where you know what's going on, that you have some kind of expectation for, that you know at least a little bit about the movie, whether it could be in horror movie, action movie, animation, thriller, war movie, whatever other genres. I know there are comedy, romance, drama, whatever. Which one do you go to? 9 times out of 10, if you're honest, you'd go to that big blockbuster Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Disney, Star Trek, whatever that movie is. And that's why you don't realize that there are original movies. Because nobody, barely anybody, unless you are passionate about film movies, you don't know what original movies are coming out. It's funny because the people that complain about Hollywood running out of ideas and Hollywood ruins childhood and all that other BS, they don't realize this is a business. Its main focus is to make money. Again, use your imagination. Or you don't really have to use your imagination for this one. If you have a job, do you work because you love it? That may be like a pro of your job, but you do not work just because you enjoy it. You don't do that. That may help you get through the day, but your main goal in a job is what? To make your boss happy? To make your coworkers happy? No. It's to make money. The same with Hollywood. They don't do it to make us happy. They don't do it to make their coworkers happy. They don't do it to make their bosses happy. They don't do it to make anybody else happy. They do it for money. Have you ever heard of the saying, money makes the world go round? It's really funny to me that people are that stupid that they can't realize that Hollywood is a job just like yours. If you have one, its main purpose is to make money. That's what makes the world go round. The reason why it may seem like there are nothing but remakes or sequels or anything else like that is because barely anybody goes to see the original movies. They don't hear, whether it's they don't hear about the original movies, or they don't pay attention to the original movies, or whatever the case may be. No, barely anybody goes to that original movie. So that tells Hollywood that we're only interested in the Star Wars, the Marvel, the DC, the remakes, the sequels, that. So as a business, what do you put out? And YouTubers can understand this one. Do you put out content that people watch and are willing to spend however long the duration of the video is? Or do you do a video where barely anybody watches, but you may like what it is, but barely anybody acknowledges it? Which one do you do? It's not that hard of a question. You do what's popular. Just like any of you would. If you worked in Hollywood, or I don't know, I can't think of like some kind of analogy right now off the top of my head. Usually I can, but not right now. But you do what will make you the most money. And the summer blockbuster, the Marvel, the DC, that kind of thing, that will make them the most money. Whereas the original movies doesn't really make them anything, really. You see, I find it funny and at the same time a bit annoying, really, because there are so many great original movies that have come out in the last 5-10 years. And those people who complain probably haven't even heard of any of them. The however many movies I named in this video, the last week of July is when Dunkirk comes out, and the rest of them are whenever it comes out, I'm not sure. But, I mean, there are so many original movies that have come out. And I mean, like, the one movie that I've talked about, or I mentioned in this video, that may not be original is The Nice Guys. And that's because it's referred to as a spiritual successor of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I honestly don't know if any of the characters of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang are in Nice Guys, because I haven't seen it. But I do know that the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang had Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. That's really all I know about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. But The Nice Guys, as far as I know, is original. There may be some like similarities or something between those two, but whatever. If I'm wrong on that one, comment below. But the rest of them that I've listed are original movies. But Moana, Don't Breathe, Swiss Army Man, Sing Street, Dunkirk, Baby Driver, which is out right now. It's getting tremendous reviews. I haven't seen it yet. What I've heard, it's amazing. But I will say that the original movies, not all of them go to theaters. There are quite a few of them still that go to Netflix or straight to VOD or Hulu or Amazon or some kind of streaming device or pay-per-view or that kind of thing. Like I said, that's not the fault of the movie. That's not the fault of Hollywood. That's, unless I'm mistaken, that's the fault of because barely anybody goes to see original movies. If people were to go see these movies, you would realize that there are way more original movies being made. Because, like, I'm really starting to repeat myself. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm stupid or I don't know anything? Whatever you think, comment down below. Let me know.